And I'm Rachel Linford.
And we will be performing Best Laid Plans
By Kelly Younger.
I'll be portraying Karen.
And I will be portraying Trisha.
Thank you. Just look at those two.
Can't take my eyes off them.
Your Annie looks simply radiant.
Could your Bobby be more handsome?
What a couple. Oh, and the ceremony.
Oh, every detail.
The orchids.
The torches.
The starfish boutonnieres.
The custom sandals that write Annie and Bobby in the sand. Annie and Bobby. Annie and Bobby.
Oh, and that young brown shirtless man blowing into that seashell. Such a beautiful sound.
Annie says he's summoning the ancient Hawaiian spirits.
Well, he's certainly summoning me. To be in the moment. To be happy for our kids.
To Bobby and Annie.
Annie and Bobby. So how long do you think it'll last?
6 months. Tops.
Really? Robert and I thought maybe through New Year's.
Oh, it's gonna crumble. Once the honeymoon's over and they have to actually sit and talk to each other, done.
I told Bobby, I said, young man, you need to learn one very important truth, and that is women always marry beneath them, so you better hold on to this one.
What? Bobby's the catch. I told Annie, honey, you better work to keep your 7 going because you snagged a 10.
Your delightful daughter is totally out of my son's league. Do you know what she did for us when Robert and I first met her? Cooked us dinner, and not just any dinner, a crispy duck confit with a side of anchovy and burrata toast with just a touch of sherry. It was extraordinary.
I made it.
What?
I'll give you the recipe. I just hope Bobby likes Cheerios for dinner because that's all he's gonna get from here on out.
Well, then he'll be lucky because that's all he can make.
Well, at least Bobby's good with his hands. The way he surprised Annie by putting together their entire bedroom set must have taken him all day.
Actually took me about 6 hours.
You did that?
IKEA gives you one tool. The instructions are literally pictures, and still, he's paralyzed. I told him if Annie doesn't even think you can build a bed, how is she going to think you can build a life together?
So true.
Although, it's probably my fault. I think I may have babied him too much.
How could you not? He's adorable.
He's helpless. I swear he looked over at me at dinner tonight, half expecting me to cut his meat. And you know what? I almost did. Your Annie, on the other hand, what a powerhouse. That girl is going places.
Like where? She starts a new job every 6 months, half of them startups by her flaky friends. And she acts like it's my fault she can't land a career. You know what she called me the other day when we were battling over the guest list? A free-range mother. Said I never set boundaries and had to set them all for herself, and that's really messed her up. Free-range mother, like she was some chicken I just tossed out on the range. Bagok!
Bobby had the audacity to call me a helicopter mother. And I said, excuse me, giving up a career, staying home, driving me to every baseball practice, typing every term paper, and for apparently loving you too much.
They don't understand how much we do for them.
And do they let us make any decisions? I suggested chicken or beef, but no, they had to have vegan swordfish.
I suggested a Don Ho tribute band, which I found on Yelp, but no. They had to have not 2, but 12 hula dancers. And I'm not sure all of them are even Hawaiian. One of them has freckles.
I just love the way they tell stories with their hands.
I think they're just messing with us.
What?
All that tiki maka and while the moon glides over the water, we're overcharging you for pretentious food that tastes like glue.
Well, you're not wrong there. Gluten-free poi? How about some poi-free poi?
Don't even get me started on loincloth over there who won't quit blowing into that shell. Hey! All the Hawaiian spirits made it, okay?
Oh, but I kind of like that sound. It's calling us to be grateful, and I am. I'm so grateful my Bobby met your Annie on Timber.
I think it's called Tinder.
I thought it was called Timber. Like, you fall for someone. Whatever it is, kids these days have such a hard time. It's not like when Robert and I first met.
You mean when we had actual face-to-face conversations?
And went on actual dates where we talked and got to know each other and took our sweet time. Because that's what it was. Sweet.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time, if you know what I mean. I asked if Bobby was a Democrat. She said, She didn't know.
I asked him if Annie was religious, and he said she knows CrossFit.
They're doomed.
They have no idea what marriage is really like.
Not a clue.
And that hotel minister giving such a generic ceremony. Whatever you do, don't go to bed angry.
Oh, that is such bull. I go to bed angry all the time. I wake up angry too. I'm angry now. And what about when he said, always take turns?
Oh gosh, the fights Robert and I would get into over whose turn it was to feed the baby or wash the dishes. Thank goodness that's not an issue anymore.
It's all just useless aphorisms about love is patient, love is kind, which it is, but it's also hard work from both of you, and you can't split it up. It's never 50-50.
It's gotta be 100-100.
Yes, it takes everything you've got.
I know that. You know that.
But they don't. And we can't teach them.
And Trisha, I don't know how to say this, but oh dear.
Honey, what is it?
What I'm trying to say is, who cares about losing a son or gaining a daughter? Because you are the most charismatic, free-spirited. Okay, now he's just being annoying.
I'm gonna go say something. I mean, for heaven's sakes, I'm paying for him.
Wait, Trisha! I don't want to lose you in the divorce.
Oh, I'm so glad you said something. I feel the same way.
You do?
From the moment we met, I thought, no wonder Bobby's such a fine young man. Look at her. She's gorgeous and classy and nurturing without being the kind of mother that makes other mothers feel bad.
But you, my first thought was, I wish I was like her. You raised an amazing daughter while still having a career, and you're confident and you say whatever is on your mind. And I could never do that. And all I can think is that I just want to be around you all the time.
Me too. And I totally had one of those Thelma and Louise dreams last night, only it was us, and anyway, I love you.
I love you.
I just wish our kids loved each other.
Maybe they do. I mean, they look like they do.
They all look like they do. In the beginning.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I'll tell you what we're not gonna do is sit back and watch this thing derail. Not if we're the ones driving the train.
You're right. We've got to take control.
For their sake.
It's what good mother-in-laws would do.
Exactly. But how?
Well, you and I will have to talk at least once a week.
Once a week? We need to talk every day, but we can't get caught.
Oh, we'll get burner phones.
I saw that on Franklin and Bash.
I love that show!
Canceled.
Oh, we'll need code names.
I'll be Natasha.
And I'll be Jazz and a safe house.
And a safe word.
Piglet!
And we'll trick Annie and Bobby into getting to know each other.
I'll make Bobby sign them up for couples cooking class.
Alan's brother has a boat. We can get the kids on it and sabotage the engine.
Oh, we could hire actors to play terrorists and kidnap them and hold them hostage.
We have a shed!
Oh, I got it. We'll get Annie pregnant.
A baby!
Whenever a marriage is in trouble, it's always a good idea to have a kid.
And we'll name her after your mother.
Evelyn.
But we'll call her Evie.
Oh, she'll have Annie's eyes.
And Bobby's smile.
And Annie will learn how to cook organic baby food.
And Bobby will build a crib.
And who knows? Maybe little Evie will keep them together.
At the very least, she'll keep us together, which is all that matters.
Trisha, do you vow, for better or for worse, to stay true to each other as we manipulate our children into falling in love?
And Karen, do you promise, in good times and bad, to be true to one another as we use our motherly wiles to keep them together?
I do. And Trisha, do you promise that I will always get Christmas and you'll take Thanksgiving?
One bridge at a time.
To Evie.
To Evie. Oh, I'm going to shove that shell down his throat!